Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the architecture section of the course AR309, which is about architecture and town planning. It is the lecture number 8. In today's lecture, we will learn about the qualities in architecture. So let's move on to our very first slide. What is quality? Quality refers to how good something is compared to other similar things. In other words, it is the degree of excellence. Let's find out more about this. The scale just appeared on the top of the slide. It demonstrates the simple discrimination of levels of quality. Starting from the middle, it has defined the tolerance limit. Anything below this or lower will be counted in failures or rejections, having the unignorable defects or disturbing features that cannot be neglected. Moving towards the right side shows the degree of excellence. Starting from the blue color, it is just the good, average, or acceptable. Then comes the red box referring to the slightly better quality or near to the perfection. Then there is another limit defined on this scale tagged as world-class target. Achieving that level will be considered as just great in appearance and fully functional in the terminology of architecture and planning. While the last one, which is yellow in color, it reflects the perfect solutions or are above the expectations of a client or user or owner of a plot or a building. It includes masterpieces, wonders, and mesmerizing built environments developed by the skilled architects and civil engineers, and this cannot be achieved easily without the you have to have the adequate architectural knowledge and competent expertise attained after several years of experience. Another picture on the left of it has the archery shooting target board having the same color range, and you must have handy skills with years of practice and basic knowledge of this game to hit the bullseye. So basically, good quality can be described as a delicious recipe and could not be served with prime ingredients and a certain skill set. When used to describe quality in architecture or building features, it refers to a distinctive characteristic or attribute that they possess. For instance, it is observed that a building has a beautiful and relaxing courtyard associated with the building, then it can be said that the building has maintained the best quality and pleasant environment for seating and relaxing, which can be visualized in the picture provided on the left side of the slide. Similarly, there are also numerous examples of bad architecture and engineering around the globe, and one can be seen in the picture provided on the right side of the slide. It is the house which is built on the minimum available footprint. Can you believe it? Let's spend some time watching some silly construction mistakes by the under-skilled architects and engineers so that you may not repeat them or anywhere near when you get into practice as a professional engineer. Please enjoy the video.
Building blunders, construction mistakes that are too obvious for words. Number 57. This whole project is about to go off the rails. Let's hope these tracks are not in use. 56. Extremely bumpy ramp. The ability to grow legs may be useful for this one. 55. Whee! Let's take the fast way down. Great job accommodating the disabled because clearly all wheelchairs come equipped with bumpers to stop you from flying into the street. 54. This house is perfect. It has parking for my non-existent helicopter. 53. And the best curtains award goes to this room. Great home selling point. There's no need to place bars on the windows in this home. It's completely secure by brick inside the window. That third little pig must live here. 52. Where is this going, you ask? At the top of the stairs, there's a secret door that leads to the mines of Moria. 51. Right outside this door is an invisible balcony. Please go outside and try it out for yourself. 50. Located at the corner of Auschwitz Lane and Holocaust Road. How did no one see this in the blueprints? 49. In the event of an emergency, grab a crowbar or a torch and weld the bars off from around this hydrant. Good luck, you're gonna need it. 48. Watch your head, these stairs are for vertically challenged individuals only. 47. We can stay at the second Best Western just to see what the inside of the room looks like. Staying in the corner room, non-smoking, and by the hallway. 46. Hey, your new office is right this way. 45. These condos come equipped with a workout facility, pool, and every unit comes with a balcony. 44. New improved ATM. They're childproof and have the latest technology to keep your money secure. You can't even see the numbers to punch in your own PIN. 43. Child's ATM. Is there no middle ground? It's a small world after all. 42. Window access to the stairs. 41. The landscaping is through the roof on this house. 40. And the landscaping is off the wall on this one. 39. It's a good thing they stopped there. Someone could have gotten hurt with no railing on the stairs. 38. Bridge by IKEA. Let's make sure we read the instructions carefully. I'll meet you halfway. 37. The menswear is up the stairs. 36. Is this what they mean when they say they have a half-flush toilet? I have to go number 2.5. 35. It's the most fun you'll never have again. I suppose every playground has a tunnel that leads you straight to China. 34. They must feel walled inside. Think they could try and leave the window open? 33. There's plenty of room to build additional stairs. Seems up to code. 32. Looks about right. Parking should not be an issue living here. 31. A metaphor for life or Dr. Kevorkian's kitchen. 30. Introducing the most exclusive club in town. Hey, where's the doorman? 29. Every employee must be sure to wash their hands 5 times before returning to work. 28. Stairs are coming soon, but I might be able to reach this one. 27. Well, thank goodness for that handrail. It's the stairway to platform 9 3/4. 26. It's a handy trap. 25. Don't hit the wrong switch. I suppose maybe the projector needs to cool down or something? What were they thinking? 24. Economy seats still cost $300 on StubHub. 23. Is this a team building exercise? 22. You've arrived at your destination. Please exit to the left. Is this the airport? 21. Stairs are for wussies. These stairs are even handy capable. 20. Even the trees don't want to be here. 19. These stairs are spiraling out of control. 18. That's not how it's supposed to work. 17. Do we forget what that symbol means? Apparently you need to bring your own ramp. 16. Nice save. Looks right. At least someone is trying to keep up with the time. 15. Almost as bad as going into the stall and realizing after you go that there's no toilet paper. Go ahead, reach for it. Good luck. 14. Narnia's exit door. The secret room is truly a secret. 13. Not the most comfortable seat around, but hey, there's a beautiful ocean view. 12. Yeah, seriously, just build the stairs 6 feet to the left. Someone evidently followed instructions or doesn't understand sarcasm. 11. Ring your little bell now, Mr. Cyclist, and see what happens. This appears to be an excellent place to put a large pole on the cement path. Number 10. It's not stupid if it works, but how are you supposed to shut the door when you get in there? Stand on the toilet? 9. How's that meant to work? Just open the door and jump after climbing over the railing? 8. This belongs in a skate park or a playground to be a slide. Very extreme. 7. Suck it in, guys, or you'll never get out this way. 6. Our bathrooms boast an intimate and friendly setting to help you relax while you use the bathroom. Say, Bill, could you pass the toilet paper? 5. Even more intimate and friendly. 4. The sidewalk is closed. You need to make your own pathway. 3. World's largest payphone. Wonder what kind of money it takes. Wait, payphones still exist? Hang on. 2. Now, I'm no contractor, but I'm reasonably sure that building is supposed to be in the middle of the highway. Can you say detour? And number 1. All employees must wash their fingers only before returning to work. How did these even make it past the blueprint stage? Someone needs to get fired. Which one of these building blunders made you facepalm?
So I hope you have enjoyed the video and start learning efficiently so that you may not be counted among them in the future. Qualities in architecture. What is quality in architecture and urban design? What do architects mean when they talk about quality? How do they understand architectural quality? In this lecture, I will discuss and clarify the concept of quality in architecture. The purpose is to demonstrate and explain how the questions of quality in architecture and urban design can be understood from a civil engineer's point of view. Architecture is a field of knowledge embedded with values. Quality represents something good, a well-designed object or a building. But what does it mean? The theory tells us that the architectural quality is a key concept and basically a broader concept. This shows up in design and appraisal of architecture and urban design projects as well as when the built environment is evaluated. The qualities of architecture cannot be measured, but one can easily feel it. And the good thing about it is that anybody can evaluate the architecture of a building. Doesn't matter he is an expert in the field or not. Therefore, the user of the building could be the best judge. Quality can firstly be seen as a set of good attributes, like a building can be described as an attractive, well designed, and having the best use of materials. Similarly, quality may also have some negative implications, like the building entrance is smaller, corridors are jam packed, and have poor ventilation, or the parking space is not enough to facilitate the visitors of the building. Also, buildings may have even silly defects or overlooks, as visualized in the video played earlier. These examples clearly demonstrate the quality is a good concept related to the evaluation that can be open or hidden. Quality is a trait that either can be good, bad, or missing. Secondly, quality can be related to personal capacities, knowledge, or inner characteristics of a specific individual, as different people have different perspectives. Examples of such descriptions are two persons visiting a same place, but a person A is a common man with ordinary knowledge of building design and functionality, while the person B is an skilled architect with exceptional feeling for using the concrete materials. Both persons will obviously have the dissimilar feelings about the premises and quality. This clearly demonstrates that the quality in architecture has a broader evaluation aspect. It is a sign of competence based on an ability to judge the aesthetics and functional dimension of a building. And good judgment in quality requires the expertise and adequate knowledge. On number third, quality can be understood as a specific relationship to a place. It is typical for architecture and urban design. In this case, quality is attributed to the projects that represent a whole and fit into a unique context. There is a widespread agreement that architectural quality is experienced when from function and building techniques are brought together and implemented in a complete aesthetic idea. Architecture of a high quality relates to the surrounding as a co-player or as a challenger. As the architecture stresses, strengthens, and interrupts the cultural character and uniqueness of the surrounding. From this point of view, there are no general answers to architectural quality issues. Places always have unique characteristics. For this reason, quality must be designed based on the understanding of the existing architectural features of the plot or the place, and the surrounding buildings or the neighborhood. On number 4, quality can refer to a certain type of material or technological production of a product. Perhaps as a responsible civil engineer, you want to know how the quality was determined, what material was utilized, or which performances the quality should meet. You can get the answers from the contractor or the supplier and manufacturer. He might justify as the product A is a quality product which has received a XYZ quality award. That means the product A has been approved after periodic testing in order to meet quality requirements. For instance, there are many brands of cement in the market with slightly different price ranges are available. It is now your duty to investigate the suitability prior to approving any specific brand, regardless of price. This is how we get a quality concept that is specified with the help of measurable parameters. The point of departure is the idea of quality as something which can be assured by specific procedures, which could be quality work, quality controls, and quality management. Right quality is defined as zero defects, but it is not enough just to deliver the ordered product to generate a positive experience of quality. More is required if you want a good quality. The design has to be connected to a positive experiences and seen or visualized as a valuable addition in the environment. Instead of looking for the defects in the products, the design phase become a strategic phase in the production process. All the four statements link architectural quality to number one, visible practical values, number second, best possible knowledge, number three, places or the location, and lastly, number four is the quality assurance procedures. Quality is therefore understood from different perspectives. At the same time, there is a common goal saying that architecture should be both enjoyed and suitable for its purposes. Since architecture has used its goals to combine artistic ambitions and intentions with the requirements for functions, methods, materials, and economic solutions. This context has broader and has both the aesthetics and technical dimensions to meet. Throughout my professional span, I have worked out on some of the architectural quality variables based on the practical assumptions and market competency. Quality of architecture is majorly practiced to attain the customer satisfaction, either in form of attractiveness or usability of the building. Furthermore, classically there were only two indicators utilized to determine the architectural quality, which were the aesthetics or beauty and functionality. But in the modern times, sustainability and flexibility has attained maximum attention and gradually becoming the serious design concerns globally. So, we have learned about the general quality evaluations in architecture, but what if I tell you this is not done here? because in context of architectural design, there are five major aspects defined in literature and preserved in theory of architecture, and are acknowledged as key fundamentals in order to determine the qualities of architecture of a place or a building. They are strength, number second vitality, number third grace, number fourth breadth, and number five is scale. These five features are the profound tools to assess the good and healthy features of a architectural design. Furthermore, they were used from the classic era of architecture to determine the quality features of a building or a place. Strength in architecture. Strength is majorly concerned with the durability of a building and not only limited to the physical aspects. It is the expression of durability and stability in design. A building must have the appearance of strength and it should be stable and durable. For example, Badshahi Mosque and Mausoleum of Quaid-e-Azam, they have stood firm even after centuries they were built. Building visually looks strong and stable. Strength can be achieved by use of materials, its symbolic values, and design features. Strength of architecture is treated not only in physical meaning, it can also be observed from the intellectual point of view. More importantly, it is recognized as the symbolic architectural feature than the strength of the building itself. The durability in architecture. This theme is very broad, so let us demarcate the borders. Specifically, we will be going through the buildings which remains recorded and still exist today. Strength in the historic durable architecture. In the consciousness of many of us, how many civilizations were recorded and set examples and lessons for us. Generations of architecture were considered as eternal or lasting for ages. What sort of architecture was that? As we get to know about them, we might think that we are dealing with a myth. We know that the perception of the notion of architecture has always been diversified. Even today, we do not fully agree on what it really is. For instance, the construction of Egyptian pyramids still remains a mystery. I mean situations when only its usual wonders are acknowledged as architecture, such as the pyramids, the Parthenons, or the cathedrals, are considered as eternal. The last with the durability of matter. When the civilizations fall apart, not much of their traditions and culture remains, but their architecture is often still alive, supported and repaired and treated with preservatives. In fact, we do not know much on the which period or style dominated the most, because it is a symbol that counts, not necessarily a symbol of architecture itself, but a place preserved for the historical education, just to learn from them and awareness of their impact on us. In short, people lived and gone, but their architecture remains as a symbol of architecture. A few of them are still fit, functional, and serving us today. And you know why? Because of the widely utilized feature of architecture, which is the strength or durability. Strength in architecture through material selection. Thus, we may assume that the durability fulfills itself mainly in a place of religious or political importance, mainly in form of a temple and fort. Obviously, material is an important factor as far as the durability of a symbol is concerned. Not always, though, as experienced wooden churches caught fire and vanished more often than brick ones. Scenes from the destruction of a timber church that caught fire is picturized into the slide, while the church built with masonry still stands with grace and shows the value of strength. Irreversibly, those more significant were rebuilt on site, with new ones appeared, sometimes alike and similarly shaped, because it was hard or even impossible to imagine completely the different ones. These days, a historic, even wooden church, if does not go down in flames and passes away with dignity, waits to be replaced with a different and bigger one, which will prove the power of sacred more vividly, often with a change of place, perhaps within a short physical distance from its predecessors. So, place itself not always essential either. Mostly sacred places gained material durability owing to the magic of a symbolic importance in the community. For example, as learned from almost every early civilization, construction of religious and important buildings had utilized the finest and durable material of their times, such that the stones and concrete. They also acquired the symbolic but strong geometry, for example, squares, rectangles, and circles, and were built with more care, time, and spirit. As it was considered as the sacred act to raise a religious or a monumental building. Such practices were done in order to maximize its strength and attain the symbolic value of the time. The concept of strength in architecture was greatly utilized in the history, and such masterpieces and wonders still can be visualized from our naked eye today. Strength in architecture with form and function effects. This slide will discuss on how does the form and function could affect the durability of a building. Debating on the contemporary Polish church remaining under the spell of the past and consequently preserved, we may notice that its function lived as invariable. However, some changes were introduced by the Reformation but still remains functional and serving its purpose with its symbolic form. Historic buildings with religious functions and forms are recognized as symbolic buildings and are intentionally preserved or transformed in order to keep them revived and maintain our link from the past traditions and religious practices, especially to have a better feel of the holiness and purity developed by our ancestors. It is also witnessed that buildings that lost importance and were converted to serve as different functions rather than destroying it. And this was because of its historic value, strength, and unique, genuine form. For example, a Western temple used as a university hall or another kind of a room for human gatherings. The church itself similarly accepted the situations of secular character, especially when they somehow served it as another function. It is therefore concluded that a building cannot be destroyed or demolished unless the form of the building is disturbing, as far as its functionality is flexible enough to be served as another purpose. The concept of strength in architecture is widely associated with it in historic buildings and plays an important role to add symbolic value of the building, which maximizes the life of the building, including the smart use of materials, and also concerned with the forms and function in order to make it more durable with flexible functionality and simplest or unique form. Taj Mahal is among the finest examples and reflects the durability or strength in architecture concept in all aspects. I guess it will be enough for this lecture to digest and to make the learning more effective. As it is already 30 minutes past, in the last, I would like to advise that architecture is a part of and source of the bigger pollutants, so there is a huge responsibility on us to drive the change in multi dimensions and be able to produce an eco-friendly viable buildings. And as a future professionals, you may deeply observe the premises around and start contributing to it by reshaping the architecture, which can be an addition of a smaller object into the interior or to design a hygienic garbage disposal in your building, which may be according to your force and intentions. Thank you so much for your attention. Next lecture, we will continue to learn about the qualities of in architecture. Till then, Allah Hafiz.